last week on the Glass Cannon Podcast.
He tells people to come here. They are gassed, knocked out, and then he does
experiment?
Cuts their head off, question mark?
Yes. Maybe that's what's happening with the awakenings, because we see him in the mask and then our powers grow.
This is all so yucky.
You see him mention a mummified hand. He has been trying to grow that hand back into a full body. He calls this creature the guest.
Oh,
great.
That's eerie.
He's built an entire containment chamber for the guest.
I think we should go look at the vault.
To the south, there is another door.
The regular door
the
first?
regular door?
The door.
Yeah.
See what's back there before we start messing with this dial.
Shut the door!
Several humanoid skulls
Oh my god.
are mounted on stands. This is like a grisly trophy room.
Oh!
Holy shit.
Each skull is accompanied by a plaque bearing names and dates. Then you see a name that you recognize. It's Bolan Nagasa.
The adventure continues now.
I don't want to bungee jump. I don't want to jump out of a plane with a parachute. And I don't want to go to space.
Same. Hard same.
Not interested.
Disagree.
Space is for women now.
That's why I don't want to go.
Women only.
Rich women.
The yassified space.
Take up space.
Why did those women go to space?
No reason.
Money.
No.
They got money for that?
Fucking, yeah, Bezos.
They got
Bezos.
How many pesos?
So
I
many
love
pesos.
calling Jeff
So many
Bezos
pesos.
Jeff
Mexican
Bezos.
government
Jeff-
sent them up.
Do you see
Pesos.
that?
Jeff kisses.
You see that Wendy's tweeted a picture of Katy Perry and said, "Can we send her back?"
Yeah.
Wendy's is notorious for having a pretty cheeky
Online.
X profile. Katy Perry is now going to sue them.
They kept
Be like,
going.
that means you wanted me to die out there. She might. Yeah, they kept going.
Wow.
Good.
I kissed the ground and I liked it.
Yeah.
They had a lot of fun with
Everything.
that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Not interested. I don't need to bungee jump. I don't need to jump on a plane. I certainly don't need to go to space.
Well, bungee jumping is also like, I feel like it's not good for your back. Because
Oh, I
you
think it-
whiplash, like you
that's
wiggle
the
around.
argument?
I imagine.
I would imagine, yes, it's horrible for
I
your
imagine
back.
it's
yes.
great for your back because that first boing, the release of the air pockets in your spinal cord, oh, must feel.
Are you one of
so
those
good.
people that watches like a chiropractic video where they like wrap a towel around their neck and go, I'm a
Yeah.
doctor?
No.
Not again.
all chiropractors sound like father.
I like going to the chiropractor. I think it helps me a lot for back stuff. I haven't been in a while, but I disagree with you about the other stuff.
Which one? So you're fine with going to all three? You want to do all three? You want to go to space? You want to go bungee
Have
jump?
you been to space?
Yeah. Have you? Are you holding on us?
No, I have.
Have you bungee jumped?
Have you been?
No, but I have.
Have you skydived?
Skydived.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
You seem
I-
like a skydiver.
Enjoy
Solo? Or on top of a man.
Underneath a man.
Yeah.
On top of a man.
Underneath a man.
Underneath a
Wink.
man.
Yeah.
That's sexist.
Yeah. Just like in the real world, I'm always somehow under the heel of a man.
Think you could copulate in midair?
I'm sure people have done it.
Eagles do it.
That's true.
That's true. The death grip. No,
Go birds.
skydiving is cool. It happens so fast. Like I want to do it again.
Not
because,
interested. Oh, you don't have enough excitement in your life? You just need that thrill of death?
All right.
No, I think it's my thing is like I'll try anything twice.
So you would drink a bottle of whiskey and drive 100 miles an hour on the freeway?
Twice.
Twice.
If she didn't get
That
caught
first time
or
didn't
kill
go
a kid
well.
the first time,
Right.
she'll give it another go.
Try it
You
again.
try anything twice.
We're only here once, you know, so it's very much like I'll try bungee jumping, I'll try skydiving. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. You know, that's if you want to do it, do it.
All right.
Okay.
Space though,
Think
I don't-
about it.
spa-
Somebody
That's where you
came
draw
to
the
you
line?
later today
Yeah.
and was like, in 3 weeks, I'm going to fully pay for you to go to orbit briefly and then fall back to Earth.
here's the
No.
thing: I would absolutely do it, but my feeling about it, especially after that whole space mission thing, I'm like, what a waste of resources. Like to send me to space is burning a pile of money. Like it's so
Yeah.
That's not-
stupid.
That's
Especially
especially
to
the fuel
send-
that we could use on Earth.
They shouldn't send
All
me to
right,
space.
look. Let's just agree on that. I don't think that's really disputable. Assuming it is not a waste of resources,
I would go.
You would go.
Yeah.
Go to space.
It would be amazing. What an amazing experience.
I thought the same thing, and then once, and I love. I'm a big space geek.
Loves it.
yeah, you love
Loves it.
space.
You
Huge
love
Apollo
space.
geek, which is very like, you know, not fancy space travel, right? Like just barely surviving in space. And I had a dream once. It's wild. It was one of my most vivid dreams I ever had, that I was actually like on a rocket, and it wasn't like Apollo. It was like a sort of a visitor-y, whatever, take a little boop, boop, you know. And I was in there and I had this overwhelming feeling of dread. Like, wait, why am I doing this? Like, why would I do something like this? And then it explodes and you begin taking off. And it was so real in my dream. And I was like, I'm going to die. I'm going to leave my family with nothing. Like, I don't know why I did this. It's so dumb. And ever since then, I really have been like, you know what? If it actually came to me, like, I wouldn't do it.
Well, I
It's
wouldn't.
just so risky and so dangerous.
I wouldn't want to just go up and go down.
Yeah.
But if it's like go to the moon,
You would start a new colony.
I'd go to the moon.
Would you be part of the new colony?
Yeah.
where
Can't come back.
You can't come back.
Can't come back. You gotta start a family out there. Procreate.
Depends who's coming with me.
Okay.
Probably not, but
What if it was Troy?
Just me and you.
oh,
We're going to the moon.
Well, not
First family.
That's it.
First family.
Just-
Think about it. Answer next week.
Just you
I
two.
don't want to put you on the spot. No, I wouldn't go with Troy either.
No. Skid, would you go to space?
I used to want to go. I was like, that was one of my main things when I was younger. I really would love to be one of the first people to go to Mars. But at my age, no, definitely not.
No. So it's an age
I
thing.
can't even bend over. Like, why?
Aw.
How am I going to go to space?
Wait, but you'd be in 0G. You don't have to bend over.
but
You
the
could just
just G forces to get
I'd
up
only be
there.
a situation where I'd have to bend over in space.
I don't know.
So you don't
Pick
have to
that up.
bend over when you jump out of a plane? Would you want to do that?
No, our good friend Andy Torbett, he does it routinely.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let him do it.
Okay.
I'll live vicariously through him.
Okay.
I wanted to for a long time.
Plane jump?
Skydive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that I'm probably not going to. Yeah. I think it's probably passed me by.
You need more
It seems
excitement.
like it would be so cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
A
It
big
happens
group
so
of,
fast.
of friends went back in the day. Nick Lowe and Andy Schmidt, Alix, like they all. There was an outing organized by our local tavern,
Huh.
and they all went. And I couldn't. I wanted to go, but I couldn't that day for some reason. And they all did it. They all
They all
did
had
that.
beers on the plane, pilot, all the skydivers.
Trashed. Pilot was trashed. The guys they were strapped to trashed.
Yeah.
I assume. But they had a great time. I always wanted to do that too, but now it's too late.
I don't even want to go up in a hot air balloon.
Oh no,
I've
that's
done that.
worse.
I've done that.
You've done that?
Just
Oh, yeah.
floating. Oh,
Yeah, it was
Oh.
fun.
That's got to be pretty cool because because it's quiet, right?
Yeah, it's like it was really
What about the fire?
peaceful except for the
Well, just
blazing
for,
fire
for
like
brief
above you.
moments of that, but it doesn't go the whole time.
No, it's great. I had a great time. I loved it.
Is it true wherever you land, you pop champagne?
As is tradition.
Would you bungee jump out of a hot air balloon and then cut the cord and parachute down and then immediately be ricocheted into space?
Yes. To answer your question, yes.
She'll try anything once.
The rocket catches you. The rocket opens its door and catches you.
Like you get a trampoline and it just
Bungee jump from space.
Oh.
Oh, see, that's next.
You know
That's
what?
next.
You know what I wouldn't do that I think is stupid. The
Animal sex.
Well, I guess.
How did that pop into your mind?
Twice. You
No,
first, you
what
do
is
anything
going-
You
twice.
try anything
No.
twice.
What is going on in there?
Just goes to Rolodex. What's the funniest thing I can say?
Troy's I draw
You
the
left
line.
that pause. You left that pause.
I draw the line there. You're
Yeah.
right. That's stupid. I wouldn't
Wouldn't
do it
try that twice?
I wouldn't do the glider suit things that like the Red Bull
like a
guys
flying
do.
squirrel?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
All right, so
That
there
is
was
a death trap.
So
How
back
it
in the
works.
day, I had a filmmaker buddy who wanted to make a film about like these guys that do this stuff.
They're insane.
And so he was talking to me about being like some small part in it and like being one of these guys, you know, buddies who also like does it or whatever. And so I went down that rabbit hole of like watching these guys, watching their interviews, watching their GoPros, watching their jumps and everything. And it is so insane. And so many of them die.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
They die.
They're just like, oh yeah,
all
lost
the
Jimmy
time.
last week. Like
They don't talk about that enough.
you're just falling.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
fall.
And they go-
but it's
Like
at
a
a slight angle.
squirrel.
Yeah, at an
They
angle.
go to like the Grand Canyon
Yeah.
where like the most deaths happen per whatever. Like the Grand Canyon is so dangerous. And then they just jump off something and they're like, yep, he miscalculated and now he's dead. And
There
down,
was a
down
random
there.
updraft. Yeah, like
It's not easy to practice either. It's like
Right.
you just have to trust in your innate ability to be in a glider suit.
You just
I don't
have to,
know
you
how.
just have to wing it.
Nice.
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 Little band
Nice.
bottle cap right there.
There you go.
No, the primitive
no.
part of my
Give me my
brain
bottle cap.
with like heights is so strong. I don't want to do like any of that. It took me so much to get used to flying regularly.
In a plane?
Yes.
Oh.
Like I want to be on the ground.
Yeah, kind of.
No.
Hang gliding.
That's
Used
kinda
to want
cool.
to. Used to want to.
Used to want to do that.
I
real
put
bad.
that in the category with like parasailing
Yeah, I
and
don't-
other. I'm like,
yeah, I
that's
don't like
cool.
that either.
They don't see. It doesn't seem like that dangerous. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I think that I would still get strapped to a john and get pulled up by a boat. Right? Is that
Do
what you're
that?
talking
Yeah.
about? Well,
Yeah.
no, parasailing.
parasailings you're on the thing.
You're standing on like a surfboard with the wind.
Yeah, and then the board one where they pull you up. I don't know what that one.
no,
is.
what's the one
No,
where
you
you
start up
literally
on the
just
boat.
where you just hang in the parachute and they pull you along?
That's
What-
parasailing.
That's
Oh,
parasailing.
that's parasailing.
Yeah.
That's
What's
safe.
the one? Windsurfing.
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 That's what I thought you were thinking of. That's what I first was thinking of.
I was thinking of
I was like,
windsurfing.
I can't do that. But man, watching people do that at the beach is crazy.
Yeah.
It looks so awesome.
It looks fun.
If it's really windy, I mean, they'll up these waves like 10, 15 feet in the air, splash back down. It looks like so much fun.
So cool.
But yeah,
I really wanted to buy like an ultra glider kit, an ultralight when I was a kid, which is like a hang glider with like a lawnmower motor attached to it and a propeller.
Oh God,
Man, I wanted one of those so bad when I was a kid.
aren't they? Are those very dangerous?
Not any more dangerous than, anything else you could do with a lawnmower.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
You know?
What about those things that you take out on the water and they just shoot you straight up in the air?
Oh, the thing where you're like strapped in. And
It's
there's
like a weird water jetpack.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, those
yeah.
things,
I want one of those.
Those are good.
Okay, so you would do that.
oh yeah,
That's kind of
Doesn't he have one of those in Eastbound and Down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's at Righteous Gemstones. They use them, but then he's really into jet skis and Eastbound and Down, which are also I've always wanted.
Yeah, I want a water jetpack.
So you would do that.
I would do water jetpack.
Is that the
Oh yeah, I
height?
guess he does do it.
The height of your dangerous?
Yeah, because I still got a tube, and if I fall, I just land in the water.
Oh,
I do a beautiful swan dive. No splash.
no splash. Bonk.
If I get a boat, will you come on a boat ride with me?
Hell yeah,
No.
All right.
I love a boat ride.
Okay.
hell yeah.
No.
Get a boat.
Yeah.
Once they clean up the Hudson River, I'll jump in
You know, they say the best day of owning a boat?
the day before
They
you get
sell
it.
The day you sell.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, because it always sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, if you get a boat, I'll come and just laugh at you for ruining your entire life for owning a boat.
I don't know if I'm going to invite you now. Seems like you would ruin my
I'm
perfectly
saying,
good boat.
Don't buy fucking boats. Do not do it,
Dude,
Don't
if
buy
we
a
had,
boat.
you come out to my boat, we're having rum punch,
Yeah.
we're having nooners,
Yes.
go out on the Hudson.
Yes.
No.
yes.
In.
You don't like a boat?
The primitive part of my brain. Heights, water. Don't like it.
I'm
Can you not swim?
I can swim. I'm a very good swimmer.
I thought you were a good swimmer. What's the problem?
I just don't like it.
Wow.
Okay.
I I don't like water.
Some people have a fear of open water.
It's going to be a beautiful boat.
I'll come on the boat.
Yeah. No ocean for me. As long as you're doing the Hudson, I'm in.
You don't want, you're
No
fine with
ocean.
rivers and lakes.
Yep.
You don't want the ocean. Why? Sharks?
Vomit, motion sickness.
Oh, but you wouldn't get that on,
For me,
you
it's
don't get
the,
a lot of huge swells in the Hudson, I don't think.
No.
For me, it's the void beneath you.
yeah.
Would you swim in the
Abyss.
ocean, Joe?
Yeah, I swim in the ocean.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking in a boat on the ocean.
Sure.
I just get sick.
Seems
I
like
do
Kate
too.
doesn't want to swim.
I'm
in
a
the
good
ocean.
swimmer. I would drown in the ocean just from like the sheer like
Paralytic
looking
fear.
down.
Do you feel the same way?
No, I'm not a great swimmer, but I don't like the idea of it either. But now it's like the older I get, like the worse my motion sickness gets, and I can't
Yeah.
be on a boat anymore.
What's your stroke of choice? Butterfly, crawl, breast, backstroke, little dog paddle,
The one where you
crawl.
go like that.
Crawl. Are you doing like
No.
like Michael Phelps?
Just keep your head out of the water the
I
whole time.
just do my head back and forth.
Yeah.
That's
I guess.
it's in proper form.
I don't know.
Just put your head in the water.
Right.
Speaking of so I always thought of
Just come
myself.
up for you.
I always thought of
Doggy
myself
paddle.
as not being afraid of the open water. I've swum in the ocean and stuff like that. It doesn't bother me. I jump out of a boat in a lake or whatever. It doesn't bother me. And I was in for my honeymoon in Hawaii. So I'm in Hawaii and we go out to this island to go snorkeling as part of like this organized trip. We snorkel, get back on the boat. We're driving back, and while we're between the this outer small island and the island we were returning to, the guy just stops the boat and he's just like, all right, this is like one of the deepest parts of the ocean, like around Hawaii. And he's like, check it out, like hop in, get all your gear on and like hop in. And you hop in and he's just like, just look down, it just looks like kind of blue, green, you can't really see anything. The light's kind of shimmering. And I was just like, oh, okay, it's kind of a fun thing. And he was like, all right, I'm going to drop this coin in and like see how long you can see it go. He drops the coin in and it's going, and I watched it for like 4 minutes. and I started to be like, thump, 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 thump.
Yeah, it becomes
And
a fear of heights thing.
I honestly started to feel like I was going to get like sucked into this void. I had this crazy feeling, and I pulled up and I was like, I'm done. I think I'm good. I had like a real fear of it. It was crazy.
It's like standing on the edge of a skyscraper or something.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's so
Yeah,
terrifying.
I just hadn't. And it looked, because it was so clear, it looked like open space. I was just like, okay, I'm going to get back on the boat now and have a Mai Tai.
Yeah. Yeah, no thanks.
Rum punch,
Thanks.
please.
I couldn't believe how long I could see the coin.
That is incredible.
Yeah, it was insane.
That's so cool.
It's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Sorry to trigger you.
I want to
Kate.
go there. I want to see that
Yeah,
coin.
you got to see it.
That sounds fun. All right, boat trip, me, Joe, and Sydney, and Mai Tais.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
On the Hudson.
This summer, Troy's getting a boat.
Well, I will see. I don't want a boat. I want a boat just so I can say, oh, my boat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And my boat,
We went out on my boat.
it's like a rowboat. Nobody knows.
Nobody
It's like
knows.
my boat.
What would you name it?
Santa Maria.
Oh,
Wow,
There's already a boat named that.
think,
Very famous
I
boat.
think there's a boat that had that name.
Lucille Ball.
Well, that's,
That's
fun.
pretty
That's
good.
fun.
That's
Lucy.
Lucy,
Lucy.
for short.
Lucy Ball.
Lucy Balls.
Lucy Ball.
Lucy Balls.
Painted right on the back of the
Lucy
boat.
Ball zoning. All right. Well, you're all invited to take a ride on the Lucy Balls this summer. We'll be back right after this quick break. Folks, we're back. I want to thank our sponsors, Foundry Virtual Tabletop. Got to see a lot of cool Foundry shit last week. Going to see some more cool stuff this week. And of course, Norse Foundry.
Of course, our friends at Norse Foundry.
Which roll
yes.
even better when you take the unconscious condition off your character.
Yes, your modifiers are even better. Norse Foundry, just a reminder, all through May, this entire month, a Naish exclusive offer from our friends at Norse Foundry. You want a natural 20? How about 20% off everything on the Norse Foundry store? Everything. Use code GCP20 at checkout. They're very kind, and they were like, you know what? We want to do something for the Naish. So this is a very Naish-specific offer. This is not open to everybody else. It's just use that code for just this month. You got to get it in by May. Anything on the site, 20% off.
Critical sale.
Critical sale.
20%
Wow.
off, naturally.
Wow.
And these are good.
Right? Marketing copy.
These are good.
Be our next sponsor.
That was good.
For real, be our next sponsor. So speaking of sponsors, you're going to need sponsors for the 7-step program you're going to have to enter if your characters survive this adventure.
Wow. They really pulled the ripcord on that one.
Zephr's the only drunk, though. I don't understand.
You fear Anonymous.
Oh.
Because you're going to be living in fear after the things you've seen in this adventure.
Oh.
Underneath Ritalson Manor, last week you decided to really dig into this research. You're like, well, all that's left is a vault, I think. Think we're pretty safe from wandering monsters. Let's spend some time searching through the good doctor's notes. And during that time, you discover, some information. It seems like he found a mummified hand in his belongings after he returned from the missing moment. A mummified hand, perhaps of a yeti, of a salmon car, and has been trying to regrow it into a creature using dark rituals and dark magic and science. Into a creature called
Science.
the Guest. Is what he refers to
What
it
a
as.
great name.
The Guest. You've heard about the Blessed One, and you've heard about the Guest. Who's who, what's what in this horrible place. You also, what else do you learn? You learn about dreams. He's been obsessed with dreams, and he believes that if he can get enough power, he'll be able to enter the dreamlands. He learned how to invade other people's dreams and take things from them. He's trying to enhance his power, but power to do what? You do not know. You learn more about the Nameless Spires and his belief that if he can get there, he'll be able to enhance his psychic gifts that he gained from Osoyo, or steal more things from the Gatewalkers themselves to enhance his gifts. He's helping Osoyo escape, helping Osoyo to remanifest his Osoyo, his memories. It's all very, very unclear. Buggles found a little bit of talk of Osoyo, but it seems like his notes just keep going round and round as to what it is. Is it an alien? Is it an undead god? Is it the group of people that created the Nameless Spires? What is it all about?
You know what I didn't ask before? Does it seem like we know more about Osoyo than he does?
Well, possibly. But what do
we
you
might
know?
know different things, but we know things that he doesn't know, right?
You don't see any
there's
mention
no mention
about
of the elves,
trapped under the ice,
no
or
mention
any of that.
Ice, no mention of the elves,
You haven't seen it thus far.
no mention of Kanipo in any of these.
No, he
books?
does talk about releasing Osoyo. He fears that if he's not the one to release Osoyo, he won't be the one that's rewarded. So maybe he doesn't mention an ice prison, but where is he being released from? But if he believes that it's a manifestation of his memory, his lost memories, is it possible that you have misinformation? Is it possible that the information you have is tinged by someone's interpretation of what a Osoyo is? Or is it just an unearthly whale?
I don't think that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we learned our information from our game master, who you trust. Yeah.
Implicitly.
Well, I am a boat captain.
Exactly.
Captain of this ship.
Captain this show, captain, my captain. Would never lead us astray.
No.
Would never tell us misinformation.
Captain the Loosey Balls. You go and find a trophy room. A trophy room with a little diorama of the Nameless Spires. How cute. 3rd grade project. A hexagonal pyramid in the middle of it. Interesting. What's that all about? A statue of a salmon car, like a stuffed salmon car. And an illusory statue that looks like it's undergone several permutations of perhaps a soyo. This multi-tentacled, multi-eyed whale. And of course, a bunch of skulls that have had part of their cranium sort of severed so that you can lift the top of the head off and look inside. And each of the skulls have a little plaque next to them when they were collected, when they were harvested, the date of their death, and their name. And the last one, it appears, is the skull of Bolan Nagaso, collected posthumously. He was interviewed and harvested right before the doctor sent you to Seven Arches. What did he know?
So harvesting doesn't necessarily mean that's when they died because we killed him.
Right.
Yeah, so, right.
A few days after.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the brain. Like it's the harvesting the brain because they saw off the tops of all these skulls. So maybe that's what it is.
Is there a way to tell like what's special about this collection? Like why are these skulls here maybe?
Oh no, Ritalson's the worst kind of guy. He's a phrenologist. No. Ew. Bad eugenics. It's the
greatest crime.
study of skull shapes, and they used to think that your skull shape meant you were like more intelligent or less intelligent, but it was actually just racism.
I feel like I just got dumber.
The brain pan of a stagecoach tilter.
I roll for phrenology.
Okay.
I got a 5.
We should invest more points in knowledge phrenology.
lore phrenology.
It really does look like this illusion of a soil, like seeing it now, like it really does look like an aboleth to me, the player. Can I do a check on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we all know what that is, but Skid will explain it for the viewers at home.
Yeah, for the people who don't know at home.
Natural 1.
Natural 1.
Oh no.
In fact, you said that word seeming like you knew about it, and then right when it came out of your mouth, you feel like you made up the word aboleth.
Yeah.
But now Skid, tell us about aboleths, because aboleth's been around a long time.
Yeah, these go back to, I think they might be Lovecraft concepts, but they in the lore of Golarion, they're this ancient, like old one kind of species that held sway over the earth like before. I think they like guided humanity's evolution, and they had their own like kind of weird sort of aims in mind, the mysterious. And I think that they were at war with the Aslanti. I think the Aslanti were like at war with them. But they're these super ancient, incredibly evil, weird creatures from the dark, distant past of Golarion.
We kind of fought one in Raiders of the Lost Continent, right? Or was it a apparition of one? I can't remember.
Yeah, I know there was. I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm trying to remember. But yeah,
but this looks just like with the rows of eyes and the tentacles. It just looks like.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely very Lovecraftian. It's very otherworldly. So the doctor theorizing that perhaps it is some sort of alien entity, you think the same thing. This is something otherworldly, and knowing what you know of the history of the ancient Severian elves coming across this being that manifested, and they tried to trap it. You know, we collectively know enough from playing Strange Aeons about, the elder things that came here and were trapped, and the Yithians and whatnot. It's all very Lovecraftian. But how you're connected to this,
Okay, so Brother Amius is going to react to seeing Bolan's name next to Buggles. Buggles, look. Points at the name. Bolan. He says he was... And he's looking back, in his mind, he's going back to somewhat of the dates of when things were happening, and just... He would have been interviewed here before we met him. Harvested before Ritalson sent us to Seven Arches.
Wait, is that true? So he was harvested after we killed him, or before we met
interviewed
him?
and harvested before
we were ever even sent to Seven Arches.
Like, what does harvesting mean?
Oh, so his memory must have been harvested.
Oh,
right?
Maybe.
Or something about him was harvested that resulted in
his power, perhaps. What can you recall, Buggles, about when we met him? What he spoke of? My memory is failing me. I'm getting old.
I can't remember. I know
The druids. I can't remember anything that he said. So much has happened.
The druids told us that he had found something beyond the gate, a key, that his purpose was to, it seemed to us, unlock Kanipo. Free Kanipo. Right? Right, Zephyr?
Yeah, but did he decide to do that on his own, or do you think Ritalson...
Perhaps Ritalson implanted
The idea in his head.
or the memory. It's very possible.
But he was here. It's very strange.
And Ritalson knew it. He knew it then. He knew it when he sent us to Seven Arches. He was already doing all of this. All of this was built and all happening before, right under our noses, while we were here. I mean, we were at the estate, right? Like at some point before we went out on the mission.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it was happening right under our noses. Why not just harvest us then?
Well-
Why send us on this mission?
Perhaps we were harvested too.
Maybe we have been harvested. What does it even
Maybe it's
mean?
only a matter of time before our skulls end up in one of these displays with a similar plaque.
I mean, the thing about thralls, too, if he already got what he needed from Bolon and then sent you all out to kill him, you're just doing what he wanted you to do. It's like he always knew exactly what you would end up doing anyway.
Perhaps, Gik. He did not send us, he never mentioned the name to us. He never sent us out to kill Bolon. He sent us out to examine the Seven Arches and just determine if they were real or fake. After that, we never spoke to him again.
What happened to his body after we killed him?
I think we just left him.
No, we brought it back
To the city.
to the city
to the druids?
with Lucky's body. Like you brought both bodies back, I remember.
We were supposed to bring him back alive, I think.
Yeah, we were.
And we did.
Well, Talitha stabbed him, and the last thing he said was, Kanipo, help me, when Talitha stabbed him.
He said, Kanipo, help me?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, so we brought his body back, which means that the druids at Seven Arches, they had some relationship with Ritalson.
Corimona.
They handed over the corpse.
Corimona was the other evil oak steward, and then
Lemma Feldthorn was the
Feldthorn.
halfling who sent us out there.
I think we brought it back and spoke to Lemma Feldthorn, and we're like, we killed them. Oopsie.
She was the one who just rides a horse inside all the time.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
And terrified.
Easy now.
She really has her shit together.
Easy
Just terrified Buggles on
What was
purpose.
the horse's name?
I mean,
horse's name.
maybe he stole the body.
Easy now.
Maybe they're not
Well,
involved.
that is an important question and an important distinction to make,
Oh,
Zephyr.
it was a horse named Mulberry.
Mulberry.
Aw.
Easy, Mulberry.
Easy.
He smells your genitals.
Could we talk to the Lemma Felt lady?
Yes, we could return to Lemma Feldthorn, ask her if
Is
she
there a phone down here?
spoke to Ritalson, or... Yes, that's something we could do.
I'm just really concerned about what harvested means.
As am I. Do we feel like as if we searched his office thoroughly enough? Were our names perhaps mentioned in any lists of those that had been harvested?
There's so much.
Now you're making me think we already were harvested.
Let's look at all these skulls. Who else? I wonder.
We did.
We
Oh,
didn't
that was it.
recognize
That was
any
the
of the
only name.
names, and then the last one.
Only thing you know is that Bolon was a Gatewalker.
Right.
And you do see that he's been invading the dreams of Gatewalkers, experimenting on Gatewalkers, so you kind of assume that these are the skulls of other Gatewalkers. You know, when you spoke to, I can't remember who, it might have been a Sandon upstairs, or it may have been the older Tian man. He mentioned that, like, there was a group of Gatewalkers. They went in to the library with Dr. Ritalson, and they came out and they were acting weird, and they seemed different, and then they left.
Right. They were harvested. That's what was happening. He harvested them and then sent them out. They were lobotomized. He picks up one of the skull tops.
You also found a room of decapitated Gatewalkers.
Yeah.
And the heads weren't there.
The heads weren't there.
Yeah, that was the first thing I assumed, is that they were the heads of those Gatewalkers in the pits.
So here.
But I mean, sorry, real quick, but you
Yeah.
also have to, like, they didn't decay. Like, clearly he's cleaning these skulls, like making them skulls with, like, acid or something.
It's confusing because the word harvested makes me think like that's the date he harvested the skull.
Yeah.
But that doesn't seem to be the case.
No.
Right.
Harvested their
Something.
Is that a proper
Power.
logical thing to draw from what you're talking about with these dates? That harvested, it precedes death by some time in some cases.
It does, yeah. So something else is
But then a trophy of when they
harvested.
are dead. He takes the skull back.
It makes me wonder if we've been harvested.
Right.
Yeah.
Check my head for scar.
Yeah.
Check my
Start
head for
pulling
a
our
scar.
hair up. Do you see any scars?
Serial killers
Zephyr!
of trophies.
Look at my head.
This is like the Predator's ship.
Skulls, all skulls. Oh, well, here's the question. Where then is this thing, this power or this memory or this, like, does Ritalson just have that? Because we haven't found a place that's like a floating jar, you
What
know.
he
of-
may be harvesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he just has it then? Question mark?
Moonstones.
Oh,
Perhaps he infuses them into the moonstones,
he bought a bunch.
carries them with him.
He spent all his money on them.
Yes.
Gee, I mean, gods. This is goddesses and gods.
Jesus Christ, whoever that is.
I was gonna say Jesus.
What did you say?
He's a god. What?
Jesus is a god?
Never heard of this pantheon.
No, he was a cross maker. It doesn't matter.
Jesus and Pharasma.
Jesus H. for asthma.
Jesus.
H. Pharasma.
Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, Pharasma's the last name. First name Jesus. Middle name Hayden. Anyway,
Well, perhaps there are more answers to be found in this vault, whoever it is. There's also this other door. The look peers out around the corner. There's this other door we bypassed to get in here.
Yeah.
the vault.
That's the
that
vault
the
we
vault?
think.
It might be one entrance
We
to begin the
assume.
vault. Ramius is going to say, Zephyr, what do you make of this Yeti?
Yeah, it's a Yeti.
All right, why don't you step aside?
I rolled a natural 5. It's a sailman car.
All right.
Some people say salmon.
Very good,
all right.
Zephyr.
I say
Very
sailman.
It's a sailman car.
A sailman car.
It's a salmon car.
What do you make of this Yeti? Yeah, it's a Yeti. All right. Well, just
Sailman.
Exactly.
All right.
All right.
Such an asshole.
You've done very well.
Let's bring Grandma back to bed. All right. Come on.
All right.
All right.
What have I rolled society on this, John?
Are these skulls?
What are these skulls doing here?
Yes, yes. And look, you may recognize that, Zephyr. And then he's going to turn to the Yeti.
It's better than what I got.
Dude, psyched. 19.
it's pretty good.
I'm going to try.
20% off Norse Foundry if you want to roll higher.
Yeah. Want to get a better Norse Foundry die than I have.
29.
29.
Boggles!
I'm not even going to roll. That's really good.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
right, Zephyr. It
It
is.
is, it is a statue of a salmon car. It is not a stuffed salmon car. In terms of its significance, all you can think is that it's part of this process of piecing together something that
Guest.
the guest, or just like the statue, the illusory statue of a soyo or this whale has undergone several permutations. It looks like he's trying to surround himself with things to remember, because otherwise, what's the point of just having a salmon car statue? It's all part of this.
They must be. I mean, they must be around that area, like the city, like the lost, the Forgotten Spires. What is it?
The nameless spires.
Nameless Spires. Like, I'm sure they might live in the city, or they're definitely around there. So
It is an obsession, truly. Put in all this work and effort to just build this. He's going to examine the statue thoroughly, all sides, see what it's kind of made of, and also see if there's anything interior to it, if there's anything in it, or, I don't know, like if he puts moonstones in it or something, or a moonstone in his mind, I don't know. Just sort of like examine, because if it's a statue and not stuffed, that's also kind of weird. Like, is it actual fur on the outside? Is it fake fur? Is it just all stone and looks like fur? Like,
Yeah, it's kind of like what you would see in a museum.
it's taxidermied.
Yeah, but it's not stuffed. Like it's not an actual salmon car that they stuffed. It's a statue that has been dressed up to look real, but it's like 12 feet tall. Wow. It goes all the way to the ceiling.
I'm going to do a
Very
perception
imposing.
for any like seams or anything to see if I can see what's inside of it. Maybe 23.
Yeah, you don't, nothing's jumping out at you in terms of like, maybe there's a hidden compartment.
Right. suppose we need to move on to the vaults.
I just want to do a quick sweep, just checking the walls and floor just for anything secret.
Are there any secret rooms in here? Yeah.
Thanks.
Secret doors.
25.
25. No, nothing.
I'm doing the same because secret room doors everywhere. He's just running his hands along walls. Not 25. Less, in fact.
And Gik is just for posterity's sake also gonna nope. And she
Natural 20.
Oh,
Is there a secret door in this room? Yeah.
No,
oh shit.
nothing. And you feel very confident. Sure.
I don't know what that thing is in the corner. I
Galvanized.
think it's a Yeti, but there's definitely no secret doors in this room.
Got a splinter trying to look for the floorboard secret door. All right, guess there's nothing.
There's no
Yeah, I'll
such thing,
take
Gik.
Oh,
Come here.
thanks.
And he's going to not use assurance and roll a medicine check just to see. Oh, you're lucky. I crit.
I literally
So he
had
just is like, stay still. Don't move. Got this.
oh,
And
It's like he has to prove
and
to himself.
Pulls it out very quickly.
ow.
And you're good. You're good. You're good.
Thanks. All right, Buggles, you want to check out that vault?
Yes,
You sure you want to go in there first? We'll be right behind you.
do.
Okay.
There's a look of grim determination on Buggles' face, as now more than ever, finding out like the depth of the betrayal that's been happening. Somebody that he trusted as much as he did, defended as much as he did. Now it feels like the Kula Khan was like leading him in the right direction. He goes for the door. Gonna check it out.
Yeah, so
21 perception on the door.
perception, yeah, it's got this wheel with this combination lock of numbers 1 to 50.
Okay.
But beyond that, nothing else is interesting.
And there's nothing that we have found that would give us any indication of those plans or anything or any clues as to what the first number may be, or there are no numbers on anything.
No, you haven't found anything so far.
It'll just like go 1 through 50. It's not really a...
1, 2, 3. If it's just a single number.
Yeah.
You can give me a thievery check.
18.
18. Yeah, you're just trying to there's a way we can bypass this. It's not popping.
I got a 24 thievery just for he's looking for knowledge of how these things work. Is it like 3 numbers? Is it left, right, left? Typically with these kind of locks, is there any indication or any?
Like a gym locker.
Yeah, is there any precedent for a better term?
Seems
other
like-
locks that work like this
Seems like there's multiple numbers that have to be entered on this door.
in a certain order.
Yeah, and there's 3 doors. If the schematic is what it was actually made. But yeah, it would take pretty high level thievery to try and just randomly figure that out. So then you wonder, did he write down the combination somewhere and didn't come across it? Are there other ways to get past this? Seems like
All right.
there's high level security here.
I'll do a perception all along this hallway for any other secret doors or entrances.
Same.
God. Oh, there we go. 33.
No.
There's no other seams. Perhaps we just missed something. It must be written somewhere, right?
Did we look in his office deeply?
I thought we did. Well, we were
That
all
room
very
with the
distracted
desk?
after. Well, never mind.
I mean, we found the drawing. We found the weird head thing and the gloves. I thought we found everything there. We could go back and look again, but she looks at her. She's not wearing a watch. We're running out of time, though.
Until when?
You seem to think that no one's going to notice that we're gone.
What are they
Always.
going to
They
do?
know that
Come
we're
down
gone.
here and get us?
I'd like to try something with you, Gik. We slept down here for 4 straight days. I'd like to see if anyone comes down. You want to bet?
What do you want to bet? How about what's in your pocket? Because I know it's a full satchel of flay leaf.
No deal. I'm going back to the office. Ramus is going to start to leave and go to the office.
Before we move on, Gik will go with him, but can I do, if it's worth it, an arcana on the door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 14? 14!
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yes!
Doesn't seem like there's any magical thing. It's just a really good vault.
Damn, it's a good door.
Good vault. He's got money. Clearly spent a lot on this vault.
And there's no doors that we know that we bypassed anywhere.
Not that we know of, right?
No.
Yeah, I mean, you were pretty perceptive all the way throughout. You found several hidden doors, and it doesn't seem like you missed anything.
All right. Yeah, let's go back to his office. Where's his office again?
That red room.
Yeah,
down at
Ramius
the
is
bottom?
walking
Oh.
there now. Yeah.
Bedroom.
Red
It
room.
was like we were in his office where the books are, but like this other one had a desk, and I'm just kind of like, if there was like a lock password, maybe it'd be in this room in the desk, maybe.
Yeah, we can start splitting up and sort of rooting through everything. Ramius is going to like pull every book off the bookshelf.
Yeah, let's just start ransacking the place.
Looking, flipping through them
Fuck
quickly,
it.
see if anything falls out, if any papers or notes are held in between pages, behind books, behind shelves, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's
Except for
turn
you're
this
going to do
place
the
over.
same thing in the desk.
Yep.
Yeah, like
right,
like
give me-
cops ran the FBI
Pulling out the
Ransacking,
drawers.
wrecking it.
I'm checking the fireplace.
Right.
We've got a warrant.
I find. Give me some perception checks here. Give me your best. Your best perception.
I'm going to use
check.
scholarly recollection here to seek twice. Use the better result.
Not bad. That's not bad.
Ooh, great.
Oh. Ooh.
34.
Ooh.
Ooh. DC Larry Bird.
DC 33,
Wow.
Whoa.
Do you see Kareem?
In searching the roll top desk,
It was the roll top desk.
something you miss the first time around is a little hidden Johnski.
Oh, son of a bee.
Hidden compartment underneath.
Pop.
And you pull out all of these like loose papers.
For your flay.
Yeah, this is rolling papers.
There's rolling papers? He's not such a bad guy.
Not such
Hang out with this guy, I guess.
and they seem to be formulae, for various formulas, some for alchemical creations, but some for a ritual, a specific ritual known as an inveigle ritual.
Write that
Bagel.
down.
Inveigle?
I've
Inveigle.
definitely heard that word.
Should I Google it?
Yes.
Is it an English word?
Or just
It
give
is.
me a arcana, occultism, or religion check of the expert variety. For those of you that are experts in
You
what
have to be an expert.
None of those for me.
Survival?
occultism, arcana, or religion.
Not to me.
I'm going to take my time with this. I feel like this is too important.
Mhm.
He's going to take 10 minutes and refocus. He silences his mind. He prays and thanks the keeper for guiding him to the secret compartment in the desk. And now he's like, what is this term? What is this word? He's going to refocus so that he can do scholarly recollection again, which I can do on a recall knowledge check for religion, which he's an expert at. So, be able to roll twice and take the better result. And that is going to be a 26.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 30.
30. Okay. That's good. That's high enough. This isn't a high level ritual, but it is a very powerful one. An inveigle ritual is meant to win over someone's mind. Win over someone's mind so that it looks upon you as a close and trusted friend and looks upon all of your suggestions as reasonable, even though in other circumstances they could be appalled or protest or whatnot. They would just sort of go along with what you say.
Yeah, I think it means like to deceive someone with flattery.
This is like ultra charm person because
Yeah.
they'll do what you say. Because charm person is like, we're buddies, but that's weird thing you're
Yeah, but there's
asking
all
me.
kinds of like little exceptions to the charm person rule
Right.
where they can roll out of it for certain things.
And this is still in effect. So like if you ask them to do something that is completely against their nature, they can like try to fight against it, but they can fail and then have to perform these things, even though there's another compartment of their brain that is telling them they shouldn't be doing this.
Two things.
Dominate.
I looked it up.
It's onto a thing.
I looked it up. One of the things is it's generally difficult to cast this ritual unless the target is willing or restrained. All those restrained chairs. And the duration is for a year until it's dismissed.
Wow.
Whoa.
So he 1,000%. Wait. So perhaps he's not even actually doing things to certain people except for this spell, except for telling them, like, you have to go find this thing. You have to da-da-da-da. And for a year, people are like, gotta go find that thing.
Sounds very reasonable.
Ritalson is a great scientist who told us that we were special and have to do this. That is...
Ramius is like blinking, like he's thinking about his garden and his prayers in the Abbey and his, like, just the reading and copying of books, just the simplicity of his life and how strange it seemed. Like when we were heading off to Seven Arches, like he's no adventurer, you know? And he even said it at the time, like, I'll just try to help, you know? And he's thinking of all these things, like, it seemed so natural. It seemed like it was something I wanted to do. I would, you know, like when you wake up from a dream and you feel like you did things in your dream that you're like, I would never do that. And in the dream, it seemed so normal.
It seemed so natural. And,
right.
Yeah.
It's like, did he do this to us? Have we already been subject to the spell?
Gik is thinking the same thing, like, I'm from Katapesh. Why did I go north? Why was I going north in the first place? Why was I near anything up there? Why did I end up with the smiling wolves?
So weird.
Me too. Like for Buggles, his whole thing was to go back to Arcadia and liberate all the other goblins that had been enslaved there. Like that was his whole thing. Why is he doing this?
Yeah, I was originally on a quest to go find a monastery to teach me more about bows.
You don't even use a bow.
Use a bow
Anymore.
Cracked your bow over your knee.
I know. Was that my choice?
You hate bows now.
Do I?
You broke it over your
Then you
leg.
started drinking.
And then I... Who am I?
Excessively.
I don't know who I am.
Is this who I am, or was that who I was?
Who I were?
What? Were?
But this is not a key. She holds the paper back to Ramius. This is not
He's turning it over.
It's not a way to get into
Looking for the combination.
to the door. I don't understand. Why wouldn't you?
Flip through the pages, and you do see on a couple pages, non-sequentially,
Oh,
3 numbers. Another page, 3 more numbers. And another page, 3 more numbers.
Okay.
Numbers.
Let's go. And we'll be back right after this break.
We're breaking in, dude. Yes.
It's got to be such a weird feeling to start to question not only your own motives, as why am I doing what I'm doing? Has this always been my free will, or has someone implanted this in me? Take it a step further and for a moment start to question your own backstories. If you forgot what happened during the missing moment, yes, you have burn scars on your body, but how do you really know that you were in an abbey that burned down?
Right, and in that memory of that, I see the Yeti face, the Salman Carr face. So it's like he starts thinking, was I never in a fire? Like, that's crazy.
How do you know that there was a mistress of the house that cut off your ears. Perhaps something else happened. You have to question your entire worldview.
Question everything.
There's an amazing little layer here that's going on with these. I'm going to go meta here with these writers, right? Who are writing this. I think if this idea has been there from the beginning, this is kind of hilarious to me. Because I'm like, what a genius thing to do as like a very experienced RPG writer to be like, all right, so we're going to start out. The PCs are going to be essentially hypnotized and tricked into agreeing with whatever the quest giver says, because really it is always kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Like at the start of an adventure, most of the time, somebody is like, I need you to do this thing for me. And it is probably going to kill you.
Yeah.
Or put you at great risk.
It's super risky.
And you're like, yeah, we got to go do this. Like, we don't really know why. It's because we're playing a game and we're obviously going to go forward with this story. We're going to figure out all our own motivations to get through it. But like, it's so funny to think like.
It's tough. It's like at the beginning, it's just like, why are we doing this? Like,
why would I risk my life for this? All right, I'll come up with reasons. I'll come up with reasons.
And like work at a bank or something. Why do I have to do this at all? Like,
exactly. Like, I'd rather just grow flowers and pray and smoke weed. Yeah. It is very like. It's interesting to think we don't question these people, especially at the outset, of an adventure, and to have that be called into question.
Yeah, that's
maybe here's why you just did whatever he said.
Right.
And
it seemed normal.
Yeah, and I love that there were we felt frustrations too about certain elements of it, and now I'm like, well, yeah, we just kind of did whatever because that's the quest. Where in reality we would have been like, why the fuck?
And maybe the
this
ritual
isn't even a quest. They already knew that the 7 arches were not there. Like, what is going on?
And maybe the ritual was like wearing off. But I'm also like, Zephyr's also wondering, like, did she walk through the gate on her own accord, or was that the ritual to like just all the way back?
Hand push you through a gate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ramius has a brother, right? His brother was in this other town.
Oh, God.
So he had to have a brother, but did he ever see him as part of a gate? It's very weird. Very weird. And then what does it have to do with the memory we gave up?
That was even crazy. That's even. I keep thinking about
there's
that.
Another whole memory thing this is separate from Ritalson?
I keep thinking about that mostly because now it doesn't matter because I don't have Asta anymore. But like that was such I loved that part with the undead, the heads, and like
Callborn.
The Callborn.
Yeah.
It's such a cool thing. It's just so cool.
It
but
is.
I'm like, is it connected? Is it not? I don't know.
Yeah, obviously memory and dreams are a big theme here.
All right. So,
I think we know what we want
this is it.
What we want to do.
At least we can try. We're down to 9 numbers. Or I guess they seem like they're 3, 3, and 3. So they would be one of the doors and the other
but
door.
they're out of order. Yeah.
Yeah.
Secret stash.
All right. Can I roll a knowledge? Do I know with my knowledge of the spell if it is breakable if you are aware of the spell? Like if you are aware of the existence of the ritual, is it easier to break it than just asking to do something that's
like
outside of your
dreaming.
nature?
Like if you figure out what's happening, take control.
That's interesting. You know that it can be dismissed by the caster or casters.
Okay.
Hold him down, knife to the throat. Dismiss the spell.
De-inveigle
It
me.
says at the last sentence we can attempt a will save to negate the effect if we're unwilling to accept the ritual, and maybe like because we know it's a thing, maybe we can try to.
We
do
already
a will
willingly
save.
accepted the ritual. The ritual's over.
Yeah.
So the post.
I didn't know if you could like do it while in the middle of it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's GM call.
If we're in the middle of it.
If
I don't
we're in
know.
the middle of it. This seems pretty straightforward, right?
Gig slaps
we were strapped
Zephyr.
into a chair.
Wake up.
Who am I?
Remember, there was also that writing in the cell. I mean, it just said kill
Wait, we
Ritalson.
were strapped to a chair?
That's what I'm saying. That's what we're assuming, that we were
that we were-
drugged by
yeah.
the gas, brought down here, strapped to a chair,
Forced
harvested.
into a ritual.
What is the length of time for the ritual? Casting time.
The casting time is...
How many people did it say it needed?
It's a long casting time. That's why the targets usually have to be willing or restrained.
Okay.
And so I think it was Zephyr.
Yeah,
it was
it
like,
was
okay,
one
so clearly
day.
they were restrained. Is that what it is? A day?
Yes, is
yeah,
one day.
Casting time is 1 day.
Damn.
You would think, because you rolled really high on a low-level ritual, ultimately, that you could counteract the magic of the ritual. If you knew someone that was inveigled, you could try to dismiss the ritual with a counteract. check, but
We should try it on the other Gatewalkers who he's about to send out.
But I don't think that they've experienced it yet.
How do you know?
Because they spoke of the other Gatewalkers going down and leaving.
After they go down, we should...
And behaving differently.
But what I'm saying is that they have not gone down, and Ritalson is not coming back.
You don't think he's coming back? You seem so confident.
I just can't wrap my head around
Are
why
you
he
sure
wouldn't
that's
be here.
Are you sure that's not the inveigle telling you that?
Perhaps it is.
is that the inveigle talking?
Is that the
Is that
inveigle talking,
or
you
the
just,
flayleaf, or
are you
is
just
it
hungry?
No, my flay leaf is worn off, and I'm very focused right now, especially on this combination, this vault.
Yeah.
Let's find out what this blessed one is, and then we can, yes, return to the manor house and talk to...
All right.
God, I can never remember his name. Olwyn?
Alwyn, yeah.
Olwyn.
Halloween.
All right, we'll return to the door. Actually, I'm going to... sorry, I need to refocus again. Before we open this door, I want to refocus. So he's going to take another 10 minutes to refocus, gain back his focus point, and then I'm down to try the door.
And who is doing the thievery check? Or I guess you're just...
It's a combination.
Okay.
Now,
Because I was going to cast
perhaps there are
guidance.
some countermeasures we might want to be aware of. In the event of putting in a wrong combination, there could be some... Well, wait.
We did.
You actually
We were
tried,
messing
right?
with
You
it
were just
before.
messing with it? Okay.
So if you're going to open it, Ramius, I'll cast guidance on you, just in case there's something.
All right. Thank you. And Ramius will open up to what he believes to be the first door combination.
Okay.
And input it.
Kunk. Unlocks door.
I guess call out if you need any help.
You want to open it?
Yeah.
Okay. Skunk. Sure enough, tiny little space
As expected.
meant for one puny.
I
All
guess
right, he looks-
yell if you need anything.
He looks around. Floor, walls, ceiling. Or any traps or anything like that. That is a 17.
It's perfectly safe.
Okay. Steps in.
You have guidance.
Okay. Doors.
Oh.
Another wheel standing in front of you. Iron door. 3 numbers. You know that it cannot be opened until the previous door is closed.
Zephyr waves.
We grab the,
the door
big
closes.
wheel
Understand something about the
the big wheel,
exposition before.
and we close it.
I don't do well in smoke places.
From your perspective, it's terrifying.
This
on
is-
He just
Foundry.
disappears.
All right, yeah, he's got the book.
Also, we should say, we wrote the numbers that we all have.
You all have
the
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah.
Yes, he
You
didn't-
know what the first one.
Yes.
So he's holding this book. He puts down the brief like panic. I assume it's pitch black in here.
It's pretty dark, but you have a glowing light on you.
Yeah, he's emanating this healing energy, but I'll actually cast light.
Okay.
That there's like light.
Oh, that's the
over his
healing
head.
font, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the healing font thing. So he'll cast light, so it's just hovering over his head. He'll say, "Keep on protecting me." Click, 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 and he's just going to put faith in his God that that he will keep him safe. And he opens, or it attempts to open the next door.
You enter the combination, and it does not work.
Then I'll try.
I'm kidding.
Stop it!
Skid just goes.
Hate. Hate. Stressful.
Oh, God.
Not again.
Spikes start coming down.
We are going to die.
You enter the third combination, and it works. You open the door. Tiny little room, light spilling off of you into the new room.
Again, I'm going to do a perception. Wow. Wow.
God.
3 times my die danced around the outside and stayed on the outside.
Dancing fool.
Natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
There he goes.
Woo! Safe as a mother's womb.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
And then the third. Oh, and then he closes the door behind him. Why are they doing this to me? Kind of twisted writer.
You look down at the combination, and you can't read Ramius's writing.
What
Is that a 7 or a 2?
7 or a 2. Well, I guess we'll go with 7.
Well, if we hear that other door, if we can hear it shut, then we can open this door again.
Each one can only be opened one at a like he can't open the third one if we're opening the first one.
Yeah,
I thought just the door behind you.
Guys, I can't open the third door. Close the outer door.
Sorry.
yeah, the schematic is such that only one door can be opened at a time.
Okay.
So terrifying.
This really is terrifying. It's designed to, prevent the
Stress you
invasion of an
out.
army. All right, second combination he will put into the third door. Clunk. I'm so scared.
You open the door.
Opens the door.
You open the door. And you see a big room.
Kate Stamus.
Got front row seats.
Oh,
my God.
It's a really big room. Tell us. Describe it.
You guys can't see it, right?
No, we can't. Kate's cheating.
It's cheating.
She's screen watching.
We're all outside being like, so
It is an enormous circular room. And at the center of the room is a 15-ish foot wide cylinder of glass plates that have been reinforced with iron. And it's filled nearly to the brim with a murky green liquid. The first thing you notice is there is some shadowy shape within the liquid, filling the entirety of this cylindrical chamber. It's topped with a large metal hatch, looks like it's sealed with 8 chains that are pulled tight around its circumference throughout the room, like all the way to the walls. Each chain, the far end is affixed to a stone pillar near the room's edge. So just chains going out from the hatch to the edges of the room. Between the door and the cylinder where you're standing is a wood and metal workstation from which 3 levers protrude. A small wooden coffer sits atop the workstation. What do you do?
you think we should try to go in now, or you think he's done, or
He's still probably going. We don't know.
In.
Could be a long hallway.
Steps into the room. Steps up to this control panel. I want to do another check beyond what you already told me about what's inside the tank from afar.
Okay.
He wants to look and see if it's moving, actively moving, pressing against the restraint, the cover, whatever. 24.
24. Very, very dark green liquid. This massive whatever it is inside just appears to be floating. It's not pressed up against. If you peer around the side between the, metal that surrounds the glass, it's not pressing up against the glass, so you can't see what it is. It's just this shadowy, large shape floating with
I
it.
think I know what this is.
what does Skid think it is?
I think you guys should come in, right?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Can we stack up like 3 kids in an overcoat?
Yeah.
And just-
Can we?
As you were questioning earlier about the height, the ceilings are about 6 feet high.
Okay.
So if you're, I don't know how tall you are, but
Maybe you and
stooped in.
Gick and Buggles can go at the same time.
Yeah, we.
Do you want to shut the door behind you,
Yeah.
Ramius?
Ramius closes the door behind him, and he's not gonna. He thought that he'd go inside and just shout when he was through, but he doesn't want to shout right now. So he's hoping that they just try to start the
All right.
process.
Giggles, get on my back, and I'll see if I can open this door. It means he's all the way through.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool. I'll be cool out here alone while you wait for you to go.
Well, maybe you should go first, and then the 2 of us.
Yeah, Zephyr, you want to go first? I can take up the rear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't want to leave
Spin,
anyone.
spin.
Zephyr opens up the first door. Oh, I locked it.
Oop.
Step in.
Shukun.
Oh, I don't have it selected. There we go.
Shukunk, close the door behind you. Do the same thing on the next door. Shukunk,
Shukunk.
step in. Close the door. Shukunk, hey, it's Ramius.
Oh my God. Hey, Brother Ramius, what?
Stay quiet.
Can it hear us?
Don't know what it is.
I'll shut the door very quietly. We were wondering
He's
why you
gonna
didn't yell.
Wham!
Sorry.
He's going to step up while the others are kind of working their way through and just sort of look at any notes or books that are on the desk as they're making their way in. He's not going to touch the levers, but looking at the documentation.
Look. The notes appear to be very focused on moonstones. And in fact, the little wooden coffer that sits atop the workstation is full of moonstones. And a cursory glance at this main tome that's on here seems to be focused on infusing these moonstones with something.
Feeding. Looks to Zephyr. Seems to be some device to feed memory into creature, whatever is in there.
Or take it from the creature?
Or take it from the creature. Perhaps. Where are they? And he looks back at the iron door.
I was gonna yell back.
Did you tell them to come right after you?
I was gonna say I was gonna yell. But now I can't yell.
Don't yell. Don't yell.
Massive
Just wait.
floating shape. Green liquid.
God.
Can I go up to it?
All right. Okay, wait, while they're doing there, can we say that Buggles is on?
You guys make it all the way through.
All right, Buggles is on Gig's back, though. She walks in. Oh.
Same thing. Shh.
Hey, guys. Shh, shh. Shh. What?
You really thought the best choice was to come through the door and yell, "Hey, guys."
This giant circular room?
Look at me. Look at me and Buggles. Don't we look like one tall guy?
No.
How much bulk is that? What are your bulk limits?
Buggles is in
You're a
heavy.
gnome bard. What are your bulk limits?
Buggles is not that heavy. That's insulting to him. Stop fighting.
All I asked you for is a number.
I don't
Give it
wanna-
to me.
You're yelling at me when we're in the presence of something unknown. And I point with Buggles' foot towards the...
Just
You accidentally lean on all three levels.
all chains unsealed.
Water starts filling the chamber.
I set Buggles down.
Do you guys think this is the blessed one or the guest?
This is the blessed one, I fear.
I try to see into the
The guest is...
thing.
You let Gig
All right.
go up and not me, Brother Amy.
I'm touching it.
Dude,
Hang in there.
I was trying to save you, Zephyr.
Monstrous, it looks like, but it's
What if I don't want to be saved?
deep within the tank.
I can't do a perception. You're saying like I wouldn't
Yeah,
be
you
able.
can't see through the water.
Okay.
If it were to come closer
It's something.
to the edge.
It's something deep down.
Yeah, something. Remember, it's 15 feet wide, 15 feet high. It is something large within the center of this thing.
All right.
So whatever it is, it isn't 15 feet wide or 15 feet high, but it's pretty tall and pretty thick.
I think it's Luke
What's the-
Skywalker.
What's the lighting in the room?
It's lit, we'll say.
It's lit. So I would reason that casting a ball of light just over top of the water there wouldn't do anything.
Because of the metal hatch, it's not going to refract.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
And this can be stupid, and everyone can say, "Shut up."
Can we laugh at you?
You can laugh.
It's real dumb.
Gik pulls out of her bag the wired headpiece and the gloves, and she says, "What if we try to telekinetically pull it closer to us?"
We don't know what it is.
That's not what that does.
Yes, it does. It turns telekinetic. It turns you can only use mental.
Turns whatever spells you can already cast into psychic.
Why did I write down telekinetic?
Well, it does come with something. Yeah.
It says telekinetic. I wrote down telekinetic.
It's in the name of the item, but it has some sort of.
It converts verbal components for mental components. I thought it can cast.
But I think it might also
Telekinesis.
I think has imbued in it like one or two spells that are
That's what I
telekinetic
thought.
spells, I believe.
Does anything in the book
For the name of
talk about these levers? And what
He's
they
he's
do?
looking through the book, Troy. Does the book say anything about the levers?
No, the books are focused on moonstones, infusing moonstones.
But the one-way part of that process, capturing memories in moonstones, or is it extracting memories out of moonstones, or both?
It's about infusing the moonstones with something, but it's more of a general process and not a specific one.
And what was that freaking creature's name? The fish guy that spoke in our minds?
Ogmanzorius.
And Ogmanzorius wishes us to free this creature.
Are we sure this is the blessed one?
Not 100% sure, no, but it stands to reason based on what Akmansori has said. But I wonder, don't you, if we're still under this ritual, if we think it would be reasonable to release this creature?
Just to jog your memory, where it's been a few eps, you'll find one of the Blessed Ones contained beyond the 3 vault doors.
Yeah.
It will be able to hasten your return if you desire it so. Alas, you may need to search around for the combination, for I do not recall its details.
Need to hasten your return?
To Asoyo.
If
That's what
that's what we want.
the fish guy told us who appeared in the magic circle.
Yeah.
Is it the moonstones or the being? Could one of the blessed ones be the moonstones?
If Akmansorius is right, and releasing this creature speeds this process up.
And that's exactly what Ritalson wanted, right?
Yes, but it's what we wanted as well.
Is there a way to look at the chains and try to trace guess as best as you can how the levers might work before pulling them?
It's a very wise thought. I'm not even going to have you roll a perception check. That's Zephyr just being like, how do these work? It seems like, let's call the levers, they're not labeled, east, center, and west. So it'd be the way you're standing, facing them, it's east, center, west. Stage, west, center, east. Make sense?
Yes.
How about left, right, center?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, from which direction?
From
where
I'm
looking
looking at
Left,
Foundry
right, center.
Virtual
on the
Tabletop.
screen.
All right, so it seems like left and right are somehow connected to the chain network that is connected to the lid, whereas the center one
Don't know.
is not.
Okay.
We should pull the center one.
I think we have to loosen these chains first.
Maybe the center one controls the lid on the top?
Maybe the center one drains the liquid. If the left and right control the lid, perhaps the center one is toilet. That doesn't exist.
Like a flushing mechanism.
Yeah, the center one's like a hatch.
Listen, I don't know what a Yeti is, but I'm pretty sure I know what these chains do. So,
What do they do?
well, the left one controls the left side
What does it
of
do?
the chains.
Just open them, you think?
Well, it controls the chains.
It's connected to the lid. That's what
No.
we just learned.
No,
What?
we don't know what the middle one does.
No, the left
It's
and
the
the,
toilet
right.
flush.
The left and the,
chains.
right the chains are connected to the lid.
Are they? I thought I went over it.
That's what he just said.
Yeah, left and right seem to be connected to the chain system, whereas the center one is the toilet.
All right.
In Gek's estimation, it's the toilet flusher.
I think we'd lose it, I think, if we just flushed it. So first, let's remove the chains.
Wait. Why are we
And he reaches out to the left and the right.
why are we doing this? Why are we letting this thing out?
We need to hasten our return.
Why are we doing anything?
Why are we hastening our return to go
Because
to
we need to find a Soyo and destroy him or
Versus
imprison
what?
him.
If we don't do this, what?
We also read didn't you read a carving in a cell that said to kill Ritalson?
Yeah.
Yes, we
So-
don't know where he is.
He's in the woods
We don't know that. That's
at a
simply...
lich gate.
We are assuming that.
And we're assuming that what you're about to do is the best decision.
I think
I don't think Raimi speaks for all of us.
I think we're too far into this to turn back now. We don't
We
follow through and then what?
must reach a Soyo. Gik, of course. Yes.
Yes, what?
You're right. We should not release this thing. In fact, we should go upstairs right now, pack our bags, and go home. We should walk away. It's the only way to preserve any sense of our own safety.
I'm not talking about that.
Until Ritalson
What do we do if we leave
Bagels
here?
you again.
We have to hike all the way to the... We must get to a Soyo. I feel as if this creature, whatever it is, no matter what harm it wishes us, is not misleading us, that opening this will lead us to a Soyo faster.
then we can trap him, just like Ritalson doesn't want.
We can break ourselves from the ritual. We can turn on it, reseal it.
Okay, what would you have us do then?
No, it's 6 in shit, half a dozen in caca.
What?
So, y'all never heard of that?
No.
6 in shit, half a dozen in caca?
What is...
My mom used to say that all the time. 6 in shit, half a dozen.
Telling you to pull the toilet lever.
You said flush it.
Buggles.
I haven't heard caca in a while. It's a classic.
Are the levers, are they in a down position now or the up?
They're all up.
They're all
Hmm.
up. All right, so Buggles moves forward and kind of like pushes everyone, like forcefully pushes everyone aside, grabs the 2 levers on either side, pulls them down.
Go to pull the 2 levers to the left and the right at the same time, and they jam.
Oh,
They jam like you can't.
one and the other.
They're either fully jammed or they're preventing one or the other from going down.
Whoa.
Maybe it's do one at a time, Buggles?
Try the left.
Yeah, I just
Try the left, Buggles.
take the left one and try to pull it down.
You pull the left lever. It goes like this. It like comes down and then starts to slowly come up. As it goes down into sort of like a soft locked position before it rebounds ever so slowly, the metal lid atop the containment unit detaches and starts to slowly lift up. What, if anything, do you do as this lid starts to rise?
Zephyr
What, if
gets in a
anything, do we
stance.
do?
No, in this 6 seconds.
Like not actually a stance, but she like readies, like gets light on her
Puts up
feet.
her
I don't
dukes.
know, man.
Uses the feet, put up her dukes.
Yeah.
Gick is going to cast Courageous Anthem. She's going to do her lingering composition. She now has Fortissimo Composizione.
Fortissimo.
And
Composizione.
so that basically, the way I understand it is I roll. This is very similar to, I just want to get this right. It's the first time I'm doing it. Lingering composition. It does not take an action to do it. Lingering allows me to extend it. And then Fortissimo allows me to basically increase the status bonus from my Courageous Anthems. Like whatever I'm casting, these 2 allow me to like make it stronger and make it longer. And
Nice. Yeah.
so
Yeah,
you do.
Take some of that home.
this is the same thing. The DC is usually the highest will DC of the composition's targets, but it's my friends.
Please stop continuing as if you didn't just say that.
Really devolved now that Matthew's not here.
Longer
really.
and stronger. We never finished the ep if he was here.
Yeah.
You'd riff on that forever?
So what do we say? The highest, it's like a DC 30 you always put it at for these 2, for lingering.
What are you talking about?
The
You're a new level now. Don't forget.
Yeah, that's true.
So DC's by level for level
Level
8 is
6?
24 for level 8.
24. Okay, so the DC for lingering composition is usually equal to the DC level of the highest target, whatever. So let me roll this one first.
Okay.
This is going to be plus my performance. Hold on.
And this is you sing?
Yeah, she's singing. She doesn't. I don't want to take my lid off.
That's the fucking lid.
Just does the wicked riff real quick. That
Shut up! What are you doing? Shut up! Quiet down!
Doing the Michael Jackson stamp like.
It's the lid is going.
She's got the headphones in. It makes it look like actually.
Francis might fall out of his chair.
there's a lot of hand motions.
Pyrotechnist.
That's grabbing her junk.
That's a 34 for lingering composition. So that's just a success.
Okay.
So that is, it'll last 3 rounds.
That's a critical
That's critical success. Yeah.
What did you say the DC was?
24.
Oh, 24. Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. Wow. Okay, so that's 4 rounds. And then will you allow me to carry over the Fortissimo roll as well? Or do you want me to roll again?
Well, you're saying this will last for 4 rounds?
4 rounds.
Okay, that's very important. Let's
Wait,
get. What do you want to do?
Ramius wants to turn to Buggles. Look in his eyes. Is Buggles there?
No.
Yeah. So he looks across at the Ku'ula Khan. He just looks him right in the eye and he says,
Don't give me any of your shit. This is going to help you.
and he reaches a hand out and touches you before you can move away. And he's going to cast protection on Buggles, on the Ku'ula Khan, but it's going to be a heightened to level 3 protection. So you will also emanate in a 10-foot area around you, a +1 to AC and saving throws. So for you and anyone within 10 feet around you.
Oh, great. And he snarls and snaps at your hand.
Yeah, and he just pulls his hand away quickly. It's just it's for your own good. And yeah, so that's what he's going to do with his action.
If Zephyr sees you all doing this, she's actually going to get into a real stance. I'm going to get into a Wild Winds stance and spend a focus point.
Okay. On the second round of the lid rising, whatever is inside this tank starts to stir.
I think the word you're looking for is thrash.
Thrash about. It has been quickened by this moment of not game quickened, but kind of
lowercase q.
And you see a hand reach up. It's furry, but it's got muscle and sinew exposed. And then another hand. 3 hands, 4 hands, 5 hands, 6 hands, 6 hands as something is crawling out of the containment unit. What do you do during round 2 of the lid being raised?
Well, we only pulled one lever. Will
Correct.
the lid raise fully, or does it?
It's rebounding. It seems like this is going to fully come off, and then you can do something else, should you so choose.
I wanted to add on, because I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Fortissimo composition, can I carry over the DC roll I have to roll again? It seems so stupid, but whatever.
Fortissimo composition?
Composition. So basically this is another free thing I attach to Courageous Anthem. I'm casting Courageous Anthem, and then Lingering Composition allows it to go longer, and Fortissimo allows it to increase the bonus.
Right. If your next action is to cast one of these compositions, attempt a performance check. The DC is usually the highest will DC of the composition's target, but the GM can assign a different DC. So is your question, is this 2 different checks?
Yeah, would you want me to roll 2 different, or can I just carry over my performance
Well, I'm curious what the spirit of what it's meant to do.
It is meant to increase my status bonus.
I feel like it's 2 separate checks.
Okay.
Only because this critical success, and failure give you different things here. So
I'll roll again. This would be in the last round technically, I guess, but that's going to be a 28.
Okay.
So just a regular.
So that would be a +2.
+2.
Yeah.
Yep. So my Courageous Anthem is on everybody for 2 more rounds now. Still, it's the 4 rounds total, and you get a +2 to attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves against fear effects.
Yes, status bonus from composition
+2.
increases to
Yeah.
+2.
If I crit, it would have been +3, which is cool.
That's right.
What is the spell rank? Ugh.
Yeah, I want to make sure I do it right because I'm going to be doing these a lot, I assume. Fortissimo composition
No,
is
for Courageous Anthem.
Courageous Anthem.
Is it so? It's 4, or is it 4th?
It's heightened to 4th.
It's heightened to 4th.
4th rank.
Oh, amazing. Okay. Yeah, so my thing here is I have to set the spell rank, and then I didn't see. There's a drop-down menu for Fortissimo composition result.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Success or critical success. So I did success, so it should buff everything by 2 now.
2. Yep.
Yeah, that worked for me.
Yay. Oh, cool.
And what is it? It's buffing what?
It buffs your attack damage and then saves against fear effects specifically.
Attack damage and saves against fear effects. Wonderful. Also, you rolled a 28.
For the second one.
The second one. That should probably be a critical success, I would think, right?
For your will.
Yeah, by the book it says
The
DC is usually the highest will DC of the composition's targets.
Yes.
So is that us?
Yes. This is why it's confusing because I have to roll.
I'm going to have the highest will DC.
What's your will?
Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, my will DC. I'm sorry.
I kind of don't
I'm
like
an
this
idiot.
rule because it's making me roll on people who are accepting the spell, but I guess
Well, no, it's just giving you an idea of how successful.
how powerful it is.
Yeah, because it's not like if you fail, it doesn't happen. It's just not buffed.
It's true.
And I'm just doing the basic DC by level to make things easy.
I'm an absolute idiot. Your roll was a success, yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking that it was my will save. And I would have the highest, I think, in the party, which is 17. But my will DC, that means it's 27.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So for a second, I was like, that's a critical success. No, but it is
And
definitely a success.
To make it clear, I spend the focus point for Courageous Anthem, but I don't have to spend a focus point for Fortissimo or Lingering because it's attached to the spell that I am
It's a free
casting.
action.
It's a free action for both.
Yeah.
That's people were still confused online. Want to clear that up?
I think we're getting it right at the moment. I think
I hope.
Professor Eric will let us know.
Please.
Okay.
Buggles or Zephyr, do you want to do anything? Or you just talked. You didn't tell me what you're doing, if anything, as this multi-armed thing or things attempts to climb out.
Yeah, Brother Ramius is going to cast Bless as he asks for guidance from the Keeper for all of us. It won't have any mechanical effect for anybody yet, but if for some reason it goes down, it'll already be up.
Okay.
As a buffer.
Yeah, in my wild wind stance, I can't take any actions except for that wind crash. So she's just, the air's zipping around her and she's just standing there, waiting, hands up.
Waiting, hands up. You just, and Buggles, anything?
I'm going to grab the other lever, the one on the right side lever.
Okay, so you go to grab the other one, and until that other one fully rebounds, it's almost fully rebounded, this one will not go down. So you feel like you're a round away from being able to pull that.
Oh.
He's just like yanking on it.
Yeah, you're pulling. Round 3. This seems to reach its apex. The lid raises up, and emerging from the tank is a being that can best be described as a horrific mass of tangled white fur, fingers, toes, teeth, faces, horns, exposed bone, exposed muscle. It looks like several different Salmon Car have been unceremoniously fused together in this weird mutant amalgamation. It's just like it starts crawling out towards you, and it looks like this.
It has so many heads in its belly.
It hits the ground and it looks around like it's looking for someone or some people, and it sees the 4 of you. It raises its multiple heads and mouths up and begins to scream, and then starts to rip apart into multiple beings, like they're all trying to run away from each other directly at each of you.
Oh.
And we'll see you next week.
Oh my God, that's the end. Oh my God. Write down what you casted and did. Son of a bitch.
Look at this artwork!
Are you kidding me?
It's amazing. It's amazing. It is, it is alien resurrection.
It is.
That's basically what was happening. They're
totally
doing these
is.
experiments
Do
and
you
then these
think the blessed
twisted
one-
creatures come out of it.
The blessed one would be a friend.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
would-
I thought. I
you
thought we
would
were going to
think.
talk
Here
to
we go.
somebody who was just going to transport us to the end.
This is the blessed one?